Yeah. Come on. Welcome.
Happy New Year. Sean Higgs coming out here. It's Midday Money on a Monday, January the 1st. I'm going to get the free picks in the chat in a second, but welcome on in. It is 2024. Hope everybody had a nice New Year. You're showing up today. It's a good sign. Not too hungover, I guess, for you young folks. I mean, listen, older, I don't know if you're going to be out getting rocked on New Year's Eve. I mean, young cats, maybe. Older people, forget that. I mean, listen, I told you I was watching a little Las Vegas marathon last night. Anyway, poll question is posted. Winner free picks. Hit the like button. It's free. Thumbs up. What are you doing? Winner free picks. Sean Higgs picks the parlays. Appreciate each and every one of you. I say this all the time. We're coming up to our end. Well, not coming up. It's the end of February. It'll be our 3-year anniversary of the Midday Money Show. Just started as I think it was this college football or college basketball tournament preview for the small tournaments when they started. So, Twitter, the X, Mr. Sean Higgs, come give me a follow. As always, if you listen after the fact on Spotify, Pandora, iHeartRadio, all the podcast forms, I appreciate all that. And if you haven't found me over there, type in Midday Money. The show will come up. You'll see the llama. He's there. Click on it. I don't know what you want to do. Follow it. And then when you go to bed, try to go to bed early. Go to bed like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And play just all my episodes. Put the phone in the other room. Just let it play on. $2.80 will come in handy. I need more pens. And like I said, I'll use some computer paper. Anyway, let's do the recap. See how everybody's doing on a we do have a bowl game going on right now. About to kick off Wisconsin and LSU. No real opinion. Would I lean LSU? Probably. Did I bet anything on this game? No. Do I like anything in this game? No. Let's talk about yesterday. Shall we? Shall we talk yesterday? There was no NBA, no NHL, no college football didn't have up, college hoops, nothing. So let's just talk about our NFL. And 2 and 4 in the video. The Falcons go down money line. The Panthers go down money line. I had Carolina +9. They don't show up. I thought the Falcons, the line moved midweek. I said it here. I said not sure why that line moved. We've been on the Bears. We've had a great feel on the Bears, and I did like the Bears to start. I didn't like the line came down. I ended up losing there. Colts, I had a 3.5. For myself, it was a 4 here when I put it out. Came down to 3. Maybe somebody got a push out there. Still a loser for me in the video. Tampa Bay, no shows it in a game they could have clinched the South. Well, there's always this week for that with Carolina. I guess you leave yourself a little wiggle room there when you have Carolina on deck. Pair of winners. Kansas City under, never in doubt. Denver -3 gets there. But again, 2 and 4, but not bad. 46 and 34 in the video, plus 890. For me, my picks yesterday in NFL, we do go 5 and 6 for the week. All right, so first game I bet was Kansas City under. I was the first one right out of the door. 45 under, winner. Dallas over was my second game. I bet 51.5. That was a loser. Browns up next, winner -5.5. Baltimore -2, -3, winner there. Carolina +9, loser. Rams over 42, winner. Then it gets a little. Let me add some things as the week goes on. Denver, sure, 3.5. That line came down. That should have been there. Everything else, a loser. Green Bay over 46. Quarterback change, loser. Seattle -4, loser. And I was totally wrong about Seattle. Holy cow. Pete Carroll, get out of Dodge, man. Oh, terrible, terrible. And the Colts. Are you kidding me? 3.5. Dumb. 1 and 3. Could have been a 4 and 2 week, but I got greedy thinking I'm some Zen master of NFL. No, I'm not having a bad season of NFL. I mean, I'm hitting 55% of NFL. One, not terrible, but hey, always the truth, win or lose. People think 55% is trash. That's all right. I'm doing all right with my life. I'm hitting 55% of games. Let's see. All right, so let me do a little Marcos minute, little rundown for my guy because in a couple games, apparently New Year's Day is not a holiday in Texas, though everything is closed. But Hampton and Drexel, 1/3. I don't know. How about an under Hampton Drexel? And here comes Texas. I can't go to HEB, but we could watch every single game here. Texas and Arlington, 18 146 and a half. How about an over? Over Arlington and Austin. Can we start calling Texas UT Austin like we called UT Arlington? How would that go over? Who's showing up for that game in Texas at 2 o'clock today? Who's showing up for that game? They got any fans at that game? Texas Tech and North Alabama. How about an under 145? I mean, just huge odds, 17 and a half. And TCU versus the Commerce of A&M, 23 and a half, 149. Again, these were from last night. I'm not interested. College basketball for me on the season, 126, 139, or 130 and 141. Either way, we are down, and we got work to do in college basketball in 2024. Let's get to today's stuff. Was that a 6:40 mark here? We will start in college football. We put these up the other day. 54 and 45 plus 480. Michigan over 45. Texas under 63 and a half. Not loving anything here in this LU game. I do sort of lean Tennessee. Lean kind of Oregon over. Am I going to jump on these things? I don't know. We'll see. If I'm watching the game, maybe something comes up. Maybe I get a call or message from my buddy. He says, hey, you got to move on this. Maybe that happens. We will see what happens, but I really don't love those games enough to get down on them ahead of time. NBA 15 and 12 plus 255. College football, by the way, nice season. Nice season. Number one on picks parlays, winning free picks. Yeah, Gamblers World, Winners Winers, whatever. We're having a nice, again, 55% season, winning 10. What would it be 107 and 79, something like that. Not a bad year. Not a bad year college football. 55% college and NFL combined. I don't think anybody who's serious is not going to say that's a bad year. I'll say it's a pretty darn good year. But we do have the Pistons here in the chat today. Over 228. So on the year, again, 18 and 13, 15 and 8. The 15 and 8 is more the real record there. The one site, I think it was added. My name was added over somebody else's name, so that's why that's a little extra. But 15 and 65%. Either way, we're still making money in NBA. Still making money in NBA. College hoops, we just ran them down, 47 to 51. Not much going on there. Told you what that was. Hockey Day, one game, 8 and 11, minus $90. Though on the sites, we're having a nice 18 and 11 on winning free picks there, so not too bad, making a little money. All right, let's get to the chat. There is not a lot going on, so maybe we'll talk about next week's NFL. Right, kind of important week for some teams. We did do the Look at a Line show last night. A lot of people showed up for that on New Year's, but we'll probably be talking about that. Who am I kidding? T-Money's in the house. Happy New Year. Bama first half plus 118. Bama full game, 124. Texas alternate line. Bama full game and over, 46 and a half plus 330. Top place, Cleveland Cavaliers plus 120 against trash Toronto. Toronto's going to have their new guys in. And that trade, we were talking about that. Where were we talking about that live on the air? Was that Saturday? I think Jesse, Dave Rogers in the show. We're doing. Had try to have a bunch of guests on. I didn't do a better job with the guest team on it because several people messaged me like, "Oh man, sorry, I thought this was like just a link to that you're doing a show and not a guest spot." I have to do a better job there. Back to Toronto's trade. I looked at that as a bad trade for the Knicks. I was like, what are we doing there? 2 players, a draft pick. I mean, they're free. Again, I don't know enough about the players' contracts. Is a money move, something like that, like free agent in the year. I don't know. I think that helps Toronto shake things up a little bit. I like Toronto in this case, T-Money. Lex is in the house, my guy. Good to see you. Happy New Year, my friend. Got to see Lex live. I saw him well, I didn't see him in person. I saw him though in a video. He was hustling some guys like cards. D-Money says, any festivities for me? No, 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 man. Well, today, no. It was a quiet night last night, D-Money. My mom came by early evening. Early, I mean like 5 o'clock, I guess she came by. And we just do usually like appetizers, potato skins, like pretzel bites, pigs in a blanket, some banging buffalo chicken dip. Uh, just just relaxing. That's just a relax. Take down the tree, put away the Christmas stuff, vacuum up the pine needles. Nice relaxing night. And then I watched Green Bay not get the over for me. I mean, Minnesota couldn't punch it in there. Terrible. Danny the Giant. Wisconsin first quarter plus 3.5. I'm not gonna hate on this, right? Everybody's gonna run to LSU. Like, oh, it's the SEC. Let's go. I Now Wisconsin to me didn't have a great season by any stretch of the imagination, right? I mean, they got some work to do. You bring in a new coach, switch up the entire program's identity from a run team to a pass team. Daniels wasn't playing, right? I mean, Wisconsin, maybe even I know the game started already, but would an under maybe be in play here? I know we had a bunch of overs. You know what, Danny? I don't hate taking the points there. I really don't. You want to take the points every quarter there, Wisconsin? I mean, LSU. This is where you kind of separate the the depth of teams, how teams perform. That being said, I mean, Auburn, Maryland. I don't say it's the same kind of matchup. I think LSU is a little better than all three of these teams. But that didn't work out well. I don't hate the 3 points here. Just says total on Patriots Bucks game open at 260. People betting over like it's free money. 260. I got to get on that under. I'm with you. I'll be on that under. 260. Ryan says Nick's money line on DK today. Where is New York against the Wolves? I'm sort of a Wolf backer, right? I kind of like Minnesota. I think this team, I know we're going to run to the Clippers. Oh, it's Denver. It's the Clippers. It's the Suns. Lakers. I think Minnesota's a tough team. We've liked Denver. We liked Minnesota last couple of years out west. Minnesota last year, maybe a get to know each other kind of role, after their trade. I don't like the Knick game. I didn't like them after that trade. Unless there was something, again, something in the locker room. They didn't like the guys. Like, I, I, I don't know. Seemed like a bad trade to me. I don't know. I would leave Minnesota here, believe it or not. And that's maybe a little biased towards my Minnesota thinking and what I perceive as a bad trade for the Knicks. I'm not betting it. I did not bet it. And Ryan, and this is for anybody else, newer kind of folks coming in here, right? I see, Danny the Giants, a newer name. Even if you're watching and not commenting, new listeners, let me tell you something. I put games up here 97% of the time, I'll say. Not they're on the pay sites, tout sites, and they're games I've bet on. It's not I just like, well, I like this game, we'll put out here. If you're ready to bet that game and you're like, hey, Sean, what do you think of that one? I'll tell you what I think of it. Doesn't mean I bet it. I'm not trying to talk you out of it. You're just asking my thoughts on it. Never try to. You're ready. You moved on it. I don't have anything. I do not want to influence you one bit. You're just going to get my 2 cents. That's bad also sometimes in some sports, especially like soccer. And apparently college basketball is here. It's worth about 2 cents. Mr. Hill, my guy. Happy New Year, my friend. Liberty plus the points. Texas game under. Bama over. Bama over? Yes. There it is. Over. Texas under. Texas under. And Liberty and the points versus the Ducks. They're a kind of run heavier team, right? So are they Are they going to slow down Oregon? I think Oregon has a little bit of a defense. That's why I lean over here. I think Oregon's going to put up points. Liberty might get a couple. This is why do I feel like this is going to be like the Georgia game? And I said I was worried about Georgia blowing them out 52-0. It just happened to be 63-3, and I had the under 45. I thought Florida State would show up a little bit for themselves the way they talked. Boy, they talked like they were keyboard warriors the way they're running their mouths. But yeah, I don't hate Liberty in the points here. I mean, you're basically 20 points, right? You're getting 17, 18. Just call 20 as a round number. Oregon, if you like that, you're assuming Liberty's going to get into the mid-20s, right? Because you think this game's going to be, 45-24, and you kind of get in somewhere in the backdoor area, cover the number here. That's why I lean over. Here. Lex is in half. Knicks money line is now -105. I just told you my thoughts on Knicks. I didn't like the trade. I'm not a huge NBA follower to get in depth on stuff like that, especially it's December. Well, now it's January 1st, but I'll dive into my NBA research in April. Now it's just try to find some spots. Lawrence says, Happy New Year, everybody. He's on Liberty. As I were just talking about that game. You like Liberty, you think they're scoring points because that is not going to be a 24-20 kind of game. You think this is going to be a wild shootout. If you're taking Liberty in a 17.5, I hope you're taking the over. I hope you're taking the over as well because they're not slowing down Oregon. Michigan, I like it. No one's talked about Michigan. It's all Alabama. Washington again. Texas, I thought beginning of the year, go back to the August videos. They got a defense. I thought they could do it. Big 12 wrapped it up. Washington is looked at as a bad team because of the way they played down the stretch. They've won those games, beat Oregon twice, pretty good team. I know Michigan's got. Excuse me. I know Texas got their win over Alabama, and they got Alabama in the next round against the Michigan winner. But yeah, Texas, Washington. I don't. Why do I think Washington is? Again, this was 4.5. Came down a notch. I think we have two good games here in the semis. Ryan says, if you would have bet last night, you would have got it at plus money for the Knicks. Somebody called the cops. The Knicks got robbed. I think the Knicks got robbed. What is? I don't. Again, I don't understand that deal. Maybe it's a contract move. I don't know. James is in the house. Welcome. Yo. Shout out. He likes Alabama money line and the over in the game. So I'm with you on the over. And Alabama, again, everybody's on Alabama. And this is why I kind of like the over because Bama gives up some points. Michigan against a real kind of team, a la your Ohio State. I don't put Penn State in there, but I guess they're quasi decent team. Be bottom tier now that Ohio State and SEC are really separating themselves. I don't know. Just give me the over first. Alabama money line would be third. Yes. And you should have bet days ago. Why are you waiting for a day of? No reason to bet the day of. What are you waiting to turn on a channel and hear some guys who played the game or went to college for broadcasting tell you who to pick? 261 in a Pacer game. I mean, I think the Pacers have gone under a little bit lately. 248 to get over that. That's what's that? 266, 224, 240, 227, 219, 257. Well, there's an over. 278, 236, 260, 266, 254, 247. I mean, we're we're back into December 4th now. 234. I mean, isn't a total overreaction on this game? Or is it just that Milwaukee 119, 111? That's an under. 266. That was Brooklyn. What's that? 240, 250, 251. That was it. Not getting there. 241's not getting there. 243's not getting there. 251's not getting there. 247's not getting there. 260's not getting there. Well, 266, that's the Pacer game again, December 13th. An OT game that got you 262, again, an OT. 248. 168 versus the Knicks again, December 5th. 253, December 2nd. I mean, November. 233 under. That's an OT game. 255 under. 210 under. 259 under. I mean, 261. But yes, do you just bet it because it's that up there because you think, all right, the pace of the game, these two teams are going to just revert to what they did the last game? I can't do that. Michael B., Happy New Year. Washington plus 4.5 Michigan money line. Here you go. Michael's taking the dogs today. And for all intents and purposes, Michigan is a dog. Everybody loves Alabama today. T-Money says Bucks game could be over in the first half. Last time they played, come out for 266. New Year, Giannis and Dame with Middleton should go off. Okay, I get that. It's still 266, bro. They haven't come close to this, both of these teams. Lex says, NBA Divas, I don't like my colleagues for sure. I don't feel like playing when I don't want to. Not because I'm sick, I just don't want to, and I get paid sick for endorsements. Again, with the NBA, I mean, you see my record in the NBA. Even last year, we actually had a little losing record in the chat until the playoffs came. We had a nice little run. So I just don't get the whole let's sit out a game. I mean, they play 7 games a month. Michael B. NBA Day likes the Jazz first quarter, first half, Utah versus the Mavericks. Last time I played, Mavs beat the Jazz by 50. The 50 is enough to jump in on the Jazz. You lose by 50. Now you're home catching a field goal. T-Mike says, like, you look on Liberty, the coach was talking to the news saying how big and fast Oregon is. He looks worried. It's just one of those things. That game. I'm not loving it. NBA today, Dave. So I gave you a little rundown. We have 4 games today. Huge schedule here. Drexel Hampton, I like the under. UT Arlington versus UT Austin. I like the over 146.5. Again, these were last night's lines for the college basketball. Texas Tech, North Alabama. I guess I lean Tech there. 17.5. And TCU Commerce, I had zero thought on. I mean, 23.5 for 149. I have zero thought on where to go with that one. Out of the 4 games, I guess my favorite one would be over UT Arlington, UT Austin. That's what I'm starting to call Texas Longhorns now. They are UT Austin, especially when they play UT Arlington. I love the Bucks today. I'm seeing a blowout. See, that one I don't hate. Could Milwaukee come in here and win this like 130 to 111? Sure. Still being under. Lauren must know something about the plus 17.5, or just taking his picks. Mike, any thoughts on Iowa Tennessee game? I lean Tennessee. Again. I didn't put any money on it. Not a red cent. Not a penny. And here we go. How about Wisconsin on the board already here, huh? Oregon in a blowout. I'm looking at 66-24. That's why I'd say over. I lean over there just because if Liberty scores, that's fine. I know Oregon's going to get 45 minimum. What's the Oregon? You know what? I might come in on an Oregon team total. We have time. Where's an Oregon team total? Let's find some Oregon team total stuff here. We have time for this game. Oh, Oregon team totals for the game. Team totals first half. This is the first half line. Hold on a second. Now I see. Now I go to this live stuff. It's going to mess up because I'm on this screen instead of my other backup. Ay. All right. Well, I'll work into that as we do the show. T-Money said, I like thinking, David, but it seems too easy. Yeah, it always seems easy. All right. If it was easy, T-Money, everybody would be walking around with platinum shoes on. I think I'd take the under just out of principle. For the Pacer game, right? 261. Cease Carrera. Oregon sits Knicks at halftime, win by 14. He's not sitting. No way they pull him. I mean, if they sit him at halftime, it's because they're up 55-3 at the half, which is fine. No way he sits at halftime. He's going to sit at halftime in a close. Why is he playing if he's going to sit out in a close game? No, totally wrong there. No way. NBA is a no play today. Hey, Craig, no betting allowed. Perfectly. I get it. Especially after New Year's, these guys, they could be all banged up. How are they feeling today? I'm not looking to run out to bet the NBA, although I'll do the Pistons over. It is a game I did put out here, and I've only had 27 games the entire NBA season, and we've won some of them. So Pistons over for me. Happy New Year, the Ninja. Lex says, Lex, lock of the day. Brooklyn, the lock of the day. Did the pen got to come out here for this Brook Lopez? Points and rebounds. Player prop, Lex. The Truth says, Bama, Michigan, under the 45.5. I'm opposite of you. I like the over. Again, I got a 45. Jeremy says, Oregon alter the spread 20.5 plus 108. I don't hate it. I think Oregon wins by 20 plus. 48-20. 47-21. That's why I think this game's going to roll. Desmond says, good January 1st morning. 2K24. Here we go. 2024. 2024. Crazy. David says, I took Bo Nix over 3.5 passing yards at plus 145. Oh, over three passing yards. Got a good number. I'm sure this is 350 passing yards. Otherwise, we're going to go and find that, and we're going to just crush your book with that good play. That is some good stuff right there. We like that. Where's the oh my goodness. Good stuff. All right, let me find this total here for Oregon team total. Because I like the Oregon team total. 42.5. I don't hate over 42.5. Do you do over first half as well? 21.5. Why not? Why not? Oregon out of the gate, fast and furious. Lock it out, decay, my guy. Happy New Year. Good to see you. Dave says I meant TDs. Oh, TDs. Okay, 3.5 TDs. All right, I thought it was 350 passing. I thought it was maybe 350 passing yards, but it was 3.5 touchdowns. I don't hate it. I don't hate it plus 145. Yeah, you know what? Let's see. Where are the player props in this game? So we can load those up as we go along. TDs, we got that. Colts, I called the least 9. You did call the 9 wins, and I was wrong on the 9 wins. And I got to put a caveat on that, though, okay? That was with Richardson as a rookie quarterback the whole time because he got the call in game 1, and I had the Colts at plus, I think, 4 in that game. I thought I'd have a Minshew and Taylor. Both were out. Minshew did come in, save your season. So, yes, you did call the 9 wins, but that was you calling that with a rookie quarterback. I said no to that. He didn't play. It was all Minshew mania. So, we're both right in our respective. Sometimes you got to be lucky, and we got lucky. You're the quarterback I wanted quarterbacked, and you still got your wins. And Happy New Year to you, too, as well. Maybe next year for Raider Nation. Des. Have a drink, fellow. It's not next year for Raider Nation. Not happening. Yes, I did say I like Minshew. That's why I thought I was going to have Minshew. That team needed a veteran quarterback, and you've seen it. I'm not saying Richardson had some nice flashes, but going forward, I mean, we can nip this in the bud right now. He loses to the Texans. Richardson gets the call next year out of the gate. He beats the Texans. They're in the playoffs. Maybe they steal a game. It's tough to take a guy and bench him after he won you a division, wins you a playoff game, and then say, oh, by the way, here we go, give back to the rookie who runs around like a chicken with his head cut off and gets concussions. You know? Teams will be out there for Minshew. Michael, I think Oregon first half's a good play. I agree. Listen, I just grabbed them. Team total first half, 21.5, and for the game, 42.5 over. So let's go to this Ducks game and some where are some passing props here for our guy Bo Nix. 300 yards. Should you run this up? Do you run up? Does he have a monster game? Do you go over 340 at big plus monies? 3+ touchdowns was plus money at plus 145. How about I want to go 5 touchdowns for like a plus 260. Let's just go crazy. 350 yards. How about Knicks for 400 yards? Knicks for 400 is about 4-1. Honestly, I don't see the motivation for Oregon hoping to play for a national champion. If they, I don't know why they're hoping to play for national championship. You lost to Washington twice, and if you didn't want to play in a Fiesta, why are all these guys coming to play? They could have easily said, "I'm not playing. I wanted to, we should have beat Washington. I don't want to play in this bowl game." That would have been fine. They didn't. 12-2 still a good year. 12-2 and losing to a team that might win a national championship twice. I really don't think that's a bad season. You know, I mean, this is Georgia all over again. I think. All right, yeah, you agree with the Richardson 14th like. That's it. We're on 14 likes. Michael Walker's in house. Says Iowa money line. Again, I don't hate that one. I lean a little Tennessee. That being said, if you're taking dogs, you take them on the money line here in the bowl games. Washington, sure. Under, yes. Michigan, sure. Over, yes. Dallas money line. We're heading to the NBA. So Dallas money line, our guy, your Mike W, Michael B says that Dallas beat the Jazz by 50 last time they played. I don't know if I want to Jump on Dallas -3 here. 3.5 looks a little light. Denver over versus Charlotte 227. Don't know enough about either. Boy, Charlotte's dropped 10 in a row. Holy cow. Yeah, why not later? Go over. There got to be some points scored. They're either going to play zero defense and Denver's going to run 'em out of the building, or they fight and it's a close game and maybe you get overtime for an over. Michael B says, so why do you hate all my teams? Is it just California hates you? Despise the Bay Area? Why? Listen, um, I like Ricky Henderson. I like the A's. All right. I can't. The Raiders. It's not a good team. The Raiders. I'm sorry. All right. San Fran is a personal hate because I'm a Cowboy fan. So, and people ask like, "Oh, I'm a Cowboy fan. You're a homer, or whatever." I mean, or not even a homer, a front runner. Back, when I was 17, 18, 20 in the mid 90s, they were really good. Yeah, when I was in the street playing tackle football with my friends, and Danny White's a quarterback, and they go to 3 straight um, conference championship games and lose to the Eagles and the Redskins, and missing out. And I remember crying when they lost to the Dolphins. It was a Monday Night Football game, but I said, they'll be good. They're a good team. Showing they'll be back. And then they were terrible. They're 1-15. They fired Landry. Um, then it was always like Ricky Waters is better than Emmett Smith. Tom Rappin's better than Moose Johnson. Who's the tight end that you guys had? Was supposed to be better than my guy, Jay Novacek and Doug Cosby back in the 80s. I mean, that's where my San Fran hate comes from. Those battles in the mid 90s for San Fran. And the Warriors, listen, Warriors are just good fun. I mean, I love Hardaway, Chris Mullen, but like the Steph Curry. Here's the thing with the Javon Green kicked Adams in the nuts on Oklahoma, right? That's who they're playing. And the Thunder should have won that. Like, Durant should not have left. They should have won that series. So that's number one. I love that Kyrie and LeBron beat them. And that's why I can't. Oh, they're the best team ever. They're not the best team ever. That team would get the Bulls would beat them and their families up. And the 3-point shot, yeah, the guy could shoot the lights out. It's just something that now, when you watch the game, it is terrible. And do I blame the Warriors for that with Clay and Steph? Not really. I mean, the Steph stuff is just to crank up the chat. That's fun to do. And I'm all for dynasties. I think you need a team that's good that people want to hate. And man, I hate this team. We got to go beat them. That's fine. That's why I don't like 'em. The Raiders. I don't think are good. Golden State's easy to crank up because the Steph Curry nonsense. Oakland, come on, man, get their acts together. I love Moneyball. I love the Moneyball movie. They put out good teams. You just run into better teams sometimes. The product they put out lately, terrible. Like, come on, man. How do you have like rats and pee in your dugout? Raiders are bad. A's are worse. Raiders, yeah, they're showing some heart. Is that because other teams just don't take them serious? You're ready to go forward. This guy's your quarterback. Bama money line from the King. Everybody's on Bama. Desmond says, good chance there, Michael, with his, I guess it was the money line. This Michael W. Where Oregon wins by 14. You think they win by 14? So you like Liberty in the points. Oregon is not Georgia. No, they are not, but the attitude is there. Who's Georgia? No, talent-wise, who's Georgia? Alabama? That's about it. Maybe Texas has that kind of talent. Michigan. There's only a handful of teams like that. But they are Georgia in the perception of talent to Liberty. I mean, Oregon might as well be Georgia and Alabama together against Liberty. Come on. If they didn't want to play, why are these guys suiting up for this game? They're not opting out. No, no, no. You you go 12-2. They win here. They're 12-2 with their losses to Washington, a team in the playoffs that 8 hours later could be a national championship game. Oregon had a good season. I don't know. They're not losing to Liberty. That ain't happening. Ninja says Knicks Minnesota under the 223. I would say yes to that, and I'm leaning Minnesota. We had a lot of Nick. There is some Nick love in the chat here. Not for me. Lawrence says, I agree. Don't play the game. Just have a 3-point contest. I just can't. And it comes down to guys can't hit 16-footers. Nobody get free throws. It's just a bad product. And I'm not sitting watching all these games. I don't watch these games. The one and done has killed development of players. There's a handful of guys. I mean, how many guys are Garnett or Kobe or Moses Malone or LeBron to come out and be that awesome? There's not that many. And I know guys come one and done like, oh, it's very rare you come in and you're averaging 25 and you're a Hall of Famer. You might have a career and make a little money. You get paid now in college. Get better. Learn to shoot a free throw. Learn to hit a jump shot. I want to be Steph. Why do you want to be Steph? Be yourself. I don't want to be anybody else. You want to be you. I want to be like that guy. The only guy you want to be like is Mike. I want to be like Mike. And as much as I kill LeBron James, I want to be like that guy. I mean, he's awesome all around. What's there to say? You can't really say bad things about LeBron. Maybe he's too nice because he wants to kick out and assist instead of taking it to the basket. But come on, guys. You're in college. Learn to shoot, please. Learn to shoot. Liberty isn't Florida State either. Hold on a second. Come on. Oregon's not Florida State, meaning what? That they were talent, that their guys aren't all opted out? Doesn't matter they don't all opt out. It's a whole different level of talent. When you're talking about threes and a few 4-stars. Right? They got sprinkled in 4-stars. Where on the other side of the ball in Florida State, they're all 4-stars and sprinkled in 5-stars. Come on. Oregon are installed as a 17-point favorite for a reason. Now, we all seen teams lose as favorites. You're asking my opinion is, one, it wasn't worthy enough for me to put it in the chat or put $1 on it. I mean, I just grabbed the little first half and team total stuff. That being said, Oregon is 11-2. They could finish the season 12-2, with their only loss being to a team that could be the national champions. And their quarterback says, "I'm playing." Has the line moved? Tell me the line's come down. I don't. Where are the live odds here? I mean, is the line dropping? Has Knicks and the rest of the crew all decide to not play today? Oregon, 18.5. So it has gone up a point since I've been on the show. I see a 19 at Circa. Total is 71 now. It's a 67. T-Mike says Oregon can name the score. Liberty gave up points to Sam Houston. Same. We like Sam Houston. Liberty, no love for 13-0. No. Listen, obviously, you are a Liberty Flame alum. Maybe you go there now. Maybe you got relatives on the team. I don't know. You beat Bowling Green. I had Bowling Green in their bowl game. In fact, I'm a 9-3 bowl run, and that was that start, and that was I didn't even include that. It would have been 9-4 if I include that derelict game. You beat Bowling Green. Beat New Mexico State, Buffalo, Florida International, Sam Houston, Jacksonville State, Mid-Tenney, Western Kentucky. I mean, I'm trying to see where the monster wins are here. I'm trying to see where the big We are 13-0. We should be in a big bowl game. I'm not saying this game's gonna be 81-7 like it was against Portland State. Uh, Come on. Look at these scores. They're scoring 40 at will. No, I don't have any love for 13-0 Liberty. Brent Jones was tight end. Brent Jones. I hate the Niners. Being a Raider fan, I suffer regardless of from Niners fan. I like Todd Christensen. See, I was a big guy. I was like a tight end, so I like Todd Christensen for the Raiders. Doug Cosby, Jay Novacek, you know, the whole crew, whole tight end crew. T Money says Bear must be one of my neighbors. Yeah, that's T Money's neighborhood. You guys should go. What's over there? Right, go get a bite to eat somewhere. Is Carolina? That's Carolina, right? They're in Carolina. Go call the Earls and hit up Bojangles. Earls love Bojangles. Smiling. All right. Desmond says cosplayers do indeed get paid, especially if you play for us. I was like, yeah, they get paid now. He's a UW alum. All right. T-Mike says, I'm agreeing with you, man, and you're arguing with me. Oh, I don't know who's arguing. Most times you're not agreeing with me. You are coming here with your money line plays. Washington isn't going to win anything but a bowling championship. Here we go. You get to this point of the season, Team Money, no matter any team in the Final Four here. Is it a bad season when you're losing to the team that could lose the national championship or loses the championship game? Short of getting blown out. They lose this game to Texas 43-17. I'm like, man, Pac-12 is a joke. I'm there with you. I mean, Penix gets hurt and he's gone in the second quarter and he's hurt and he's just playing bad is one thing. He's good. They're playing and they get mauled. I get it. You lose a regular game. I mean, I don't think it's like they're not winning anything. Well, it's easy to say. Like if Texas loses and Washington loses to Alabama or Michigan, is that a bad? Oh, you're gonna come in and say, I told you so? They're like 14-1 and lost in the championship game by 4. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on. Come on. You're in this spot. You're a good team. Yeah, they might score 70. I agree with you, Team Money. Wisconsin smashing LSU. I said that. I was like, Daniels is out. You lean LSU because it's an SEC team, but we saw what happened to Auburn there. Well, again, that's why you don't got to play these. You don't have to play every one of these games. Circa Oregon is 19 to Liberty. When it hits 20, take it. It'll get there. I mean, it could get. Well, I mean, it's 20 points. I understand. This line also opened at 16. I'm sorry, it opened at 14. Opened at 14.5 points. 14.5 points. Now it's at 20. But Liberty's got a shot. Florida State opened at 14.5 points too. Closed at 21. It's a nail biter. Cameron Sinnott just threw 3 bills on UM plus 120. A little Michigan plus money. All right, some Bama money's coming in finally. Everybody's been betting them for 2 weeks. LSU's getting wrecked. What's the score of this game? Was it 21-0? What is it? Happy New Year, my guy Canes. Can't be worse. Can't be worse than last year for Miami fans. I knew what you meant, LSU. T-Mike says, I'm in Virginia, 50 miles down the road from Liberty. Desmond says, College Football National Championship game predictions. Washington versus Michigan. I like those. Wisconsin smoking LSU 14-0. Underdog of 10 points. Take the 20 with Liberty. Is Bo Nix sitting out here? I mean, one, LSU, I mean, I don't know why they were favored. Quarterbacks, right? Daniels isn't playing. Maybe he is. This is not a game I liked, and I had 20 games to start the season. Bowl season, that is. Started out 5-8 and now 9-3 with the real bowl game. So I'm happy about that. But this game I did not like when it came out. What did this line open up at? This opened at 10, got down to a 7, and bet back up to a 10. Why did it go to 7.5? That had to be when Daniels got ruled out. But why would it bet back up? No, I don't know. Knock yourself out again. No reason not to play. Perky, my guy. How are you? Does Tennessee have a chance? This line has now, since I started the show, has come down 2 points. And I would have leaned Tennessee, and I said I sort of leaned Tennessee. I didn't bet this game. Uh, not a big Milton fan to start the year. We were not big Tennessee fans to start the year. I would much rather now, hindsight being 2020, would have said let's take the points with Iowa because they play defense even though they can't score. Why is this? I mean, here we go with this line. 5s now. It was 6.5, 7 when 45 minutes ago. I think this is the case, Perky. It would just be I'd money line. I know our guy Carrera is loving Liberty here, but it would have been like a Wisconsin money line, Iowa money line. I don't know if I say Liberty money line getting 20 now. That would more be if you want to take the points there. But these kind of closer games, you want to take a dog? I'd take the money line. I don't like that move. This isn't. Again, I'm not a huge split guy and this and that. I don't. The public's coming in and rolling on Iowa, a team that doesn't score points. Did somebody just get on TV? Who? What guy just got on Twitter with a following and just said we're going to take Iowa, and 40,000 people on Twitter just put a quarter on the game? 26-0 Michigan. 13 points, 15 points, 22 points, 10 points, 10 points, 15 points, 20 points, 26 points versus Michigan State. Shouldn't even count. None versus Penn State. Again, I'm not saying Tennessee is a defense like any of those squads. I mean, they give up some points. Although this isn't Georgia or Missouri or stuff like that. Let's take, I guess, Iowa money line. Iowa money line's got to be the play. And hello to you also back. Michael's out of here. Good to see you, Mike. See you tomorrow. Kerr wants the books to build some new chandeliers. I mean, seriously, let's put our money on Liberty. I didn't take aid, but need LA. Didn't take a side, but need the over team total LSU. Daniels is out. Rookie who never started a game is in and overthrowing every receiver. Yeah, I mean, why? But again, why? That's why it goes from 10 to 7. But why does it bet back up? 14-0 first quarter. Perky says, put my bankroll winnings on FSU, so I don't want to chase, but I want to see Tennessee beat them. Oh my goodness. So this sounds like a heart play here, Perky. You want to bet on Tennessee because you want to see that happen. You could always bypass and just not do it. Iowa money line, I think, is a play. Now I'll agree with Carrera. Iowa money line. Volsky was supposed to be awesome. Might be telling Miller Moss, hold my beer. Here we go. Right? Okay. So now we have a situation where the quarterback starting is going to be unseated by a USC transfer. The problem here, Jesse, is the line's come down now. Since I started the show, it's come down 2 points. Michael, I want to take Iowa money line, but their offense has been it's been terrible all year. But why is the line coming down though, Mike? That's the thing. This is where you just hold your nose, you bet it, forget it, put a little something on it. Me, I don't have anything on this Wisconsin game. I got nothing on this Iowa game. I just grabbed first half team total in full game, Oregon over. I'm going to call them Oregon State. You don't have to bet them because they're on TV or because it's a bowl game. That's part of the discipline, man. You don't have to just jump into everything. And I'm a volume guy. I get it. I get you want to play. Sometimes you don't. Wine time's in the house, my guy. What do you say? Happy New Year, brother. Good to see you. Good to see you. Mr. Wine's in the house. Perky Higgs. I got a hammer Tennessee out of Oh, my goodness. And then, besides saying got a hammer, then you roll out a Supermax. All you're missing on that is a Supermax goat whale lock. Perky, and then the pen would come out. The pen might have to come out for you on the Supermax. Oh my goodness. Oh, one time. I'm just going on watch +4. I'm with you on both. I'm with you on both. I got a 4.5 and a -120 on Michigan. Again, those I put in a month ago. JP's in house. I understand. Under, if anything, on this game. I agree. And by this game, you're talking about the Iowa Tennessee game, I'm assuming, because that's what we're talking about, right, JP? I hate to assume, because then you make an ass out of you and me. Chris says Vegas needs the public to jump on Tennessee. They're making it sweeter for the setup here. Vegas does not need the public to do anything. Vegas is doing just fine on their own. I mean, they build hotels for billions of dollars in a desert. They got to pump in water and fly in food. They're laughing. Whether you take Tennessee or Iowa, they got you. Remember, Guerrero, the games are all fixed and rigs. You just got to be on the fixed or rig side. I don't know if they need them to jump in. I think they got money already on Tennessee. Now it's at this point. Again, I'm not a big. 10 years ago, you look at a split and be like, okay. Now these splits, you go to different sites, they're different. One site has X team, the other team has the Y team on the other side. This is why you have to do your work ahead of time. I do my look at line show. NFL, I'm betting on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday ahead of next Sunday's games before the games are even finished. You got to read the tea leaves. Same with football, any sport. Get ahead of that so it doesn't mess up your wiring, because you're going to see someone be like, oh, am I wrong here by having Tennessee? I got a bad number. You're going to have bad numbers. Sometimes they have good numbers. Sometimes they have bad numbers. You always want this. I know some people don't like the CLV. You always want a better number, but you also don't want to be swayed by 7 television stations and 43 guys and gals come up say do this, and then you're thinking you're wrong, and then you come on Twitter or Instagram or wherever you're watching, and some other guy is saying something else, and you're like, oh no. Have your decision set. You don't have to wait. One time says I did take the over 36 in the Iowa game, and I lean Iowa. At first, I was leaning Tennessee because I think the quarterback is just a switch. Milton, the guy's on 6 different teams for a reason, right? I mean, he can't stay somewhere. He gets outplayed somewhere. That being said, I was like, Iowa can't score. I'll lay this 6.5, 7 here, right? It is what it is. 6.5, sure. Down to 4s now? 5s? I don't know. Something tells me Iowa money line here. The over 36. Only cause I ran down their scores earlier one time. I could see them getting silly here and pulling out some reverses or some flea flicker nonsense, going for it like, hey, we're just gonna go for it now all the time. We're not let's play Iowa football and pin these guys and win this bowl game 9-6. Come on, open it up a little bit. Perky says, you know what, guys? I care about this group of peeps. I want to tell you, I'll meet me at the window. Tennessee -4.5. Again, that's this not being on either side would be a no play, because I sort of said I like Tennessee, and I said that the other day as well. The move here says, oh boy, that's probably the wrong side of things. Maybe just do an Iowa money line at this point. But again, I got a bad money line. I like the other side. It was a bad number at that point. I'm glad I didn't play. That's where you chalk it up as a win, and you're like, you know what? That helps you going forward. That's why you get your pen out or you get on your little pad and type it in like, all right, I was right about this. Keep that for later. You're still seeing the board good. Just we've seen those line moves all bowl season, and they've been an awful lot. I know they have. Absolutely 100%. I know for a fact I've had a couple of those crazy Kansas, 12.5. Never in doubt winning by 13. I had them 12.5, went all the way down to what, 8? I get it. Supermax of the century to universe. Let's go, wide time. You know it. I can't do your let's go really loud. And I try to do, sometimes Razor comes into it. I try to do the shout out. But that's your lines. I don't want to steal lines. I can't do that. Geo, my guy, popping in. Is it bad I miss a baseball? Of course not, bro. Must be getting old. I went in. I was over on the Earl's channel. They're doing a show. I popped in there.
and I made a Mets joke. And then he was talking about how MLB put a thing out on Twitter. It was like, hey, tweet out your predictions. And I retweeted it on my show on Higgs, his picks, and they're all plus monies. I taught them well. Take the plus monies, no chalk, crazy outside the box thinking. Yeah, it's right. I'm happy. You know I love baseball, Gio. I can't wait for baseball. Mattress Mac on Texas today. Scared to back them at the point. The books want to kill this guy. He's going to be on the Texas schools. Come on. I'm not calling them Texas from now on. From now on, they're UT Austin. If I got to call them UT Arlington, they are UT Austin. That's the way things are going to roll now in the Midday Money Show. John Paul's in house. You seem younger, more vibrant in 2024. I like this guy. John Paul's not a family member either. Thank you, John. Younger, more vibrant. I don't know. Maybe because I woke up at like 10:30 today. I got up really late, like an hour before the show, and nice and freshy. Took a nice shower. Got a can of soda. I guess I'm feeling good about myself. I don't know, John Paul. I appreciate the kind words. Maybe you're just being silly, but it's good. Should seem vibrant. I mean, come on. Everybody should be vibrant. Dude, you're freaking alive, bro. Enjoy life. Enjoy life. Just don't be a total degenerate. Then you won't be enjoying life. Enjoy living in a box. Chris says, I was a smart money and they're going to hurt the books. True and stick it to your guns. Had to stick. And that's what I try to tell people. Like, and as I said here, if I don't have something on the game, I don't put it in here, picks out just for, hey, I'm going to put 10 college basketball games in here today or whatever the case would be. I want it to be something like, hey, this is something I bet on. I like it for this reason. I'm going to roll with it. Wisconsin, Iowa, Tennessee, whatever. That didn't really jump out. And what I said on Tennessee, it looks wrong right now. Jesse Shule said, yeah, line moves don't mean nothing. But you have to take every person. I mean, find guys you like. There's a ton of people, right? I mean, come on, I'm on a bunch of shows with a lot of guys. I respect them all. Do I play every one of their games? No. I mean, holy cow, what am I, some multi-billionaire to be playing 500 games and combinations in the 1 o'clock window? No. You take your little tidbits and go from there. You already have who you like, right? We'll throw out Ravens Niners last week on Monday Night Football. You knew when it was coming up who you liked anyway, right? You were liking a team. Oh my God, Ravens are getting points. Oh my God, I gotta love the Niners are playing awesome. You know in your head, it's already in there. Here comes the little worms are coming in. They're invading you. It's like the Matrix, right? They're coming in like the Sentinels are coming. Like, oh, here comes all the Raven talk. Here come the Niners talk. This is why you want the over. It's why you want the under. It's okay to pass when you get mixed messages. It's all right. You don't have to have every game. Berkey says, official play alert, Tennessee -2. Higgy holiday special with extra cheese and onions. There we go. No onions, fella. Come on, man. Put the peppers on there. We need a little peppers. Brought it down to a 2. The pen has officially come out for Perky Sanderson. Perky. Tennessee -2. Buys points at 2. I'm pulling. Listen, that was my initial lean on Tennessee. So I'm with you. I am concerned with the line move, but as Jesse Shule points out, it does not mean anything. Going to the Oregon game. Let's see what happens here today. All right. Oregon, what time they kick off at 1? They should be almost on. Again, team total for Oregon and probably the over. Right, definitely the over. I know it's moved, but I was doing the thing. It was like at 71. So, Cater Slater number 7. Chris says, if Mac is on Texas, I'm doubling my Washington wager. But he's taking his Texas teams. Don't worry about that. You don't worry about that. I know the guy's kind of a mush. I mean, he did win with the Astros when they won the World Series. I saw his furniture. It's kind of steep. I go why he runs his special. I went there. I was like, oh, we moved down here. I'm like, come and get some furniture. Where do you go? So he's like, oh, go see Mattress Mac. Because I remember listening to Visa. I'm like, oh, go see my guy Mattress Mac. Listen, I'm not do I look like some kind of high-end cat? Not paying $7,000 for a sofa to get assed up. kids coming out eating chips on it. No, that's not happening. Stop you. Says I'm ready to smash that no bottom nine. Yes. Season doesn't even offer it anymore. No, DK's own book. I get that play. That was fabulous. I like the no bottom nines. I like it. I like no bottom nines. Hey, Perk, you've seen me. You see how I am. I just try to keep it real kind of basic. I'm not trying to reinvent the wheel. Oregon's in trouble. My clock is showing it's 8 minutes after, and Oregon is in trouble. How much trouble could they be in 8 minutes? Oh, did they take the kickoff back? Did Oregon fumble on the 10? What happened here? I'm with you. I don't know how Oregon's in trouble. Because last time I gave when I got was Clemson -2 and they hit by 3. -2, win by 3. Perky. Never in doubt. That's a win. Somehow, if LSU covers 6 out of nowhere, I'll ring in the new year. 7-0. Here comes Carrera. Hello. Here we go. Carrera is pumped up. He's got, I don't know if he took, did you get him at +20? Or did you just take the 17.5? North Ender's in the house. Welcome, North Ender. Perky says LSU is on the board. Finally. All right, maybe that changes things around here, and LSU starts showing up. Took him a little while to get in sync with a new quarterback. Stop Jay says, look at NFL lines last night for next week after you put up the look at lines video. I was about as confused as you were with the Ravens line. +4, +3 here. Yeah. I got a Pitt +4.5 and a Pitt +2. I come in an hour later to do the show, and I got the things already loaded up, and I'm looking at the lines, and they're totally different. Here's what I got. You want them? So those of you newer folks in here, and we see some new names, and I appreciate everybody popping in on the New Year's Day. People are like, "Oh, what kind of wackos doing shows on New Year's Day?" I am. I'm that guy doing shows on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day and New Year's Eve and New Year's Day, Valentine's Day. I don't care. I'm here 7 days a week, baby. So I look at line last night. I told you I had Bills -1.5, -2, Rams +2.5. I know that line moved away from me. Pitt I mentioned +2, +4.5. Giants +6. Patriots -1.5, Patriots -2, Patriots -123, and Patriots +115. And I just grabbed a Tampa Bay -5.5 too. So Tampa Bay could win. I thought I really think we'd get a lot of people in here. Who knew? I figured that people are sleeping in or just going to watch a game and have some leftovers, have a sandwich, jump in. I thought we'd talk more of week 18 NFL, but nope. Liberty 6. Here we go. Here we go. He's pumped up. Carrera. All right, Carrera. All Liberty. Pumped up because I got to remember they were up 7. Pumped up 7-0. Got it. I try to leave notes, and I'm not going to roast you if it loses. I'll be like, oh, I don't know. You said this. On the same token, and when he's cash, I always give my due to people when they come in with their thoughts. North Ender says Ravens scared first. They were as players. Yeah. On the flip side of that, though, North Ender, you have Harbaugh. That is a guy who doesn't quit in preseason. A prime spot, and I took the Ravens before the Monday night game because I had the Niners. I thought the Niners were going to win that game 36-19 or something. Like they wouldn't going away. Complete opposite happened. And I'm thinking I got a bad number at Baltimore -3. I'm like, oh no. Because this line, everybody's going to bet on them now, and this will be a loser. That team does not quit. They love their coach. There is no letdown spot. Not off of a big win. Not off a loss. Not off of a exhibition game in August. You're telling me they're going to not play hard against the Steelers? I got Steelers. I don't even like Steelers plus money there. I think that's. I think I'm in more trouble there. I want to come in on the Ravens plus points now, and I can. I'm in a spot. At least I could wiggle a little room in there and get a middle. I'll take a little juice. I don't mind. I have money. I don't mind taking the juice flow. That's how I feel about that. I don't. That's my thinking of how I think Harbaugh thinks about the Steelers. T-Money says, okay, brother, some rookie bettors I know in my city are post-acting Liberty is a lock now. Now's the time. What is the live number on Oregon here? Let's go Ducks. I need some Oregon scoring, obviously. I got 21.5 and a 42.5 here for a team total. Iowa, 0 chance. This sex defense is on another. I don't know if they have 0 chance. Team money says 7-0 Lib. The Flames are winning. Took last minute wager on Liberty money line plus $6 and 250 at 19 points. I did not get to 20. I really thought it would. I mean, it was at 14 and went all the way up. I mean, I don't think you can complain about getting 19. You know. All right, we can get Oregon minus 13.5 now, as opposed to a 19. Is it worth it? Over still sitting at a 76. First half, Oregon minus 4.5. I could do that. I could do Oregon minus 4.5. Come on. Oh, it's locked. What happened here? Oh, yeah. Desmond says, I appreciate the number, so enjoy the bowl games. Happy New Year. You as well, Desmond. Good seeing you. Have a good day. Have a good day. We'll see you tomorrow. We're still locked in. Of course, now it's 6.5. Look at this. Look at this nonsense. Oregon has the freshman center in now and just lost their starting right guard. All right. Well, we'll see what happens here. Nix is going to ball. I have no doubt about that. Yeah, he's now we jump onto some maybe running props here with Bo Nix. Maybe some rushing. Well, it's underway. I can't do that. All right, listen. Whiskey, Tennessee, Ducks, all underway. I like the over Michigan, 45. Texas under 63.5. NBA, Pistons over 228. No college hoops, although I did say we kind of like UT Arlington, UT Austin to go over 146.5. Again, that was last night's number. I do not have a fresh number in front of me. No hockey. NFL, I just gave you who I have for next week. So there is that. Hit the like button on the way out. Costs you absolutely nothing to do. And I will see everyone. You know what? Hold on a second before I sign off here and go off into the sunset. Is there a lot of college basketball tomorrow? Because, again, coming forward in 2022, or 2022, listen to me, 2024, probably going to bring back a little look at lines now, college basketball night. So be on the lookout. That's what I say. You know, hang on the channel. Give it a follow. I got you covered here. Happy Monday. Happy New Year.